Today, we're uncovering day 232, Becoming Peace, Meditation and Inspiration. Well, the topic for today is recognizing your resiliency to difficulty. Do you ever feel deflated, discouraged, or struggle in the face of difficulty? Well, today we're spending time in this space and recognizing we're stronger than we think we are. So let's begin. You are capable of handling more than you give yourself credit for. Difficult emotions may sometimes get the better of you, but they always pass, and you always make it through them. By bringing mindfulness to the process of going through hard times, you can train yourself to recognize your own resilience. Seeing clearly that you're capable of handling the difficulty, you will train the mind to know that you are okay. Close your eyes and adjust your posture so that you're comfortable. Ground yourself in the body, feeling your feet on the floor and the body in the chair or cushion. And the movement is with your breath in and out. Good. Bring to mind a difficult emotion that you've experienced recently. Don't indulge in the story. Instead, just focus on the feeling you're having. You can do this by tuning in first to your body. What does your body feel like when this emotion is present? Feeling the emotion in your body, investigate your capacity to just be with it. What feels overwhelming or unmanageable? Ask yourself if you're able to handle the feeling in this single moment. Continue to tend to your bodily experience, examining whether you're able to be present with it or not. Now, let's move our attention to the mind and mental state. When this particular emotion is present, what is in your mind? What is your mind doing? Notice the thoughts that arise and the general feeling in your mind. Ask yourself if anything arises, is this too much for you to handle? Now, concluding, I'd like you to reflect on the pains and difficulties you've gone through over your life. Through small frustrations and larger experiences of grief and tragedy, you have made it to this moment today. Recognize your natural resiliency. Remember that you are indeed capable because you've come through every single hard day you've had so far. I'm inviting you to place in your heart a feeling of thanksgiving and of appreciation for you, yourself, and everything you've done to make it through every day you've ever had so far. What an accomplishment when we think of it that way. I hope this has been helpful for you to make a realization that you are indeed capable. Please consider sharing this session with someone you love And I want to thank you again for joining me today and doing hard work, showing up every day. I love holding space for you. And I will be back tomorrow. I hope you'll choose to join me. Remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. Bye for now. Welcome to day 233, Becoming Peace, Meditation, and Inspiration. The name of today's session is Lighting Myself on Fire. And this is not what you'd think. So stick around and we'll visit this one together, uncovering a pretty epic train of thought. I'm wondering if you can relate to this. Ever extend yourself to the point of exhaustion? What about always making sure other people have everything they need, and yet you are insatiably thirsty and ready to drop dead? What about lighting everyone else's flame, making sure they have the warmth, heat, and love they deserve, while you are swimming around in a cold, half-frozen lake? I think scenarios like this are more common than we think. Giving, and giving some more, where there's no gas in our own tank. It's like lighting myself on fire to warm others. Let me say that again. It's like lighting myself on fire to warm everyone else. How often do you feel like you are a never-ending ember and flame that smolders in the shadows of giving it all? The damage to ourselves when we do this is most often irreparable. Yesterday, I had the awesome opportunity of having lunch with a friend. We were discussing how motherhood and just being a person on the planet can be fulfilling and yet exhausting. I made the comment that sometimes I feel like there's nothing left inside to help myself. She said, "Yeah, kind of like lighting yourself on fire to warm others." I dropped my jaw and proceeded to pontificate on what she had just said. How many times I've exhausted myself to fill someone else's cup, to make sure there was warmth in another person's heart, but at the expense of lighting myself on fire to do so. The cost is just too much. There's only one person who came and sacrificed everything for all of us. That job has already been taken. So just what happens when we light ourselves on fire? Well, we get burned. We get hurt. We sacrifice. We take something from ourselves, and we might suffer the consequences for a very long time. The mental, emotional, and physical consequences we cannot pay long term without permanent damage. I might offer a disclaimer here. I'm not talking about being kind to others or doing nice things for people or loving our neighbor as ourselves. This, today, the topic of lighting myself on fire, is about pushing ourselves past exhaustion and literally ruining ourselves to save everyone else. It's a sickness. It's a codependent thing. This is what we're talking about today. I'm sure many of you recognize this children's book, The Giving Tree. If you're familiar with this book, the story is about a tree that loves a little boy. This little boy grows up with the tree as his friend. And as the boy grows up, he makes demands on the tree. And pretty soon, the boy is now an old man, and all that is left of the tree is a stump, because the stump gave to the little boy endlessly. I'm not sure how people think and believe that this is a heartwarming story, when indeed the tree ends up empty, dead, and nothing left to give. Have you ever felt like this? In my opinion, there's nothing at all valuable about teaching our children that mom or dad exhausts every resource and sacrifices to make everyone else warm and comfortable at their own expense, almost to death. I do believe in serving our fellow man and doing all you can to help and assist others. Loving your neighbor is what we're taught by Jesus. But pushing yourself to utter destruction is not the way. Our bodies can only handle so much, and so can our mental health. This is a space where I'm inviting you to reflect on this question and consider this question truthfully. Where do I find myself lighting myself on fire in order to warm others? Where do I push past the limits of utter destruction to fund someone else's existence? Why do I feel the constant need to rescue others and sacrifice, and at the sacrifice of myself? Is it working? And what am I gaining by wearing myself down to a nub? If you sacrifice yourself almost to the point of death, how can you be around for life and do any good? I'm going to hold space for you for a few moments here to examine these questions and let the Spirit talk to you and move you about what your next steps might be. Be honest with yourself as you ponder and open your heart to what God might say to you today. I'll mind the time until you hear a soft bell. Let's come back. Gently and softly open your eyes, take some deep breaths, and wiggle out your extremities. Peace comes when I recognize I have limits to what I can do for others. The biggest lesson learned this year is probably to not give so much of yourself to people who would never do the same for you. If any of this content resonates with you today, I hope that you'll consider sharing it with someone you love. This is a tough one because we balance out our life of service to others with going beyond our physical and emotional and mental limits. It's a very, very delicate balance. I hope you have enjoyed becoming more aware of this today. And I will be back tomorrow, and I hope you choose to come and join me tomorrow. Have a great day, and remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. Bye for now. Welcome to day 234, Becoming Peace, Meditation, and Inspiration. The name of today's session is Expanding or Contracting. Disclaimer, we're not talking about having a baby and labor pains today. We're talking about examining life at the most basic level. So let's get going. Find a comfortable seat. Let's settle in and take some deep breaths, deep cleansing breaths in and out. Exhaling through the mouth and inhaling through the nose. Keep breathing as we continue. Rest in a comfortable space and prepare your body to go down tempo, relaxing, getting quiet, and surrendering to this present moment. Good. Nice work. Today, we're addressing an issue at a core root level, getting very clear and concise about making life a whole lot less complicated and embracing simplicity at its finest. What I'm talking about is very easy and very peaceful when you're placed in a position of having to make a decision or choices or trying to figure out life, doing your best to evaluate circumstances, people's place in your life, whether or not to keep that certain someone in your life, or even which job to take, or habitually making a particular choice over and over. There's 2 questions to ask to clear everything up. And here it is. Is this thing or decision or this person in my life expanding or contracting? Is this thing expanding me or contracting me? Is what I'm about to do going to add to my life or take away from my life? It's really very simple when we whittle our choices down to these 2 questions. Is this going to expand and augment my life? Or is this going to contract and lessen my life? Who would have thought that we can solve about 80% of our difficulties and angst into 2 simple, self-directed questions? If you think I'm oversimplifying life, you're right. Why not simplify our lives and remove all the complicated self-talk, the arguments we have with ourselves, the justifying, the going back and forth endlessly? None of that is necessary. Because at the basic level, when you're faced with a dilemma, a choice, or a challenge, just ask yourself, if I make this choice, will it expand my life? Or if I make this choice, will it contract my life? You can also apply this to philosophies, to ideas, to jokes you hear, to thoughts that keep coming in and out of your mind. Apply this to all of that. If I make this choice, or if I entertain this thought, will it expand my life, or will it contract my life? I'm going to give you some time to think about the most brazen, in-your-face question or dilemma you are facing right now, and apply these two questions to your situation. Let's do the work today so you're able to be in a more peaceful, relaxed state, having processed through this circumstance. I'll mind the time until you hear a soft bell. Let's come back, easy, softly, peacefully, restfully. Take deep breaths in and out as we wiggle our toes and fingers and come back to the present moment, ready to process this. Peace comes when I ask two questions in order to embrace peace. Is this going to expand, or contract. I want to illustrate how simple this can be in implementing this concept into your life. This afternoon I was making some soup, and as usual, my thoughts run away with themselves when I have time to stir soup or cut up vegetables. And I was particularly irritated with someone in my life for something that they continually do over and over and over that just really drives me nuts. And I put this to the test. And I thought to myself, is this thought I am having about this person expanding me? Or is it contracting and degrading me? And guess what? It was very simple. It was contracting me and it was bringing me down. And so I determined to stop saying and ruminating that thought that was destructive about this person in my life. I let it go, set it aside, kept cutting vegetables, and went on to turning on a very positive thinking podcast. I didn't spend even one more second in that negative space because it was contracting me. It was making me smaller, and it was literally degrading to my soul, my spirit, my heart, and my mind. So I made the choice to discard the thought. Period. Just by answering and imploring two simple thoughts and questions. That is how easy I would like this to be for you to integrate into your own life. Super simple stuff today, yet so profound and telling. I'm inviting you to ask you to apply what we've learned and meditated on today. I promise if you get good at asking yourself these questions all throughout your day and make the choice accordingly, life will become so much more peaceful, and an added measure of hope and love are going to fill your heart and your soul. May you find peace. May you embrace peace. And may you strive to become peace with every part of your being. Thank you for joining me today. It was my pleasure to serve you and hold this space for you as you learn yet another skill to help you on your peaceful path. Remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. And I hope you'll join me tomorrow because I will be here. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to day 235, Becoming Peace, Meditation, and Inspiration. The name of today's session is Cousin Rescue. Have you ever had someone from your DNA pool call and just check in out of the blue. No appointment, for no reason, and just because you were on their mind. Today we're becoming aware of how important it is to call someone when you get the urge, to show up when the Spirit directs you, and act on the inspiration that comes through when it comes to intervening for another human being. God gives us promptings for a reason. It's because we are His hands down here on earth. He often blesses our lives through someone else's actions. So listen next time you're directed to make a call, check in with a friend, or do something nice for someone. Let's get ready for our session today. Find a comfortable seat. Let's settle in and take some deep cleansing breaths in and out. Exhaling through the mouth, inhaling through the nose. Rest in a comfortable space and prepare your body to go down tempo, relaxing, getting quiet, and surrendering to this present moment. Close your eyes and just rest in this moment, breathing and relaxing at a deeper level. Good. Nice work. Last week, I had a beautiful experience of being sandwiched between two cousins who mean the world to me, from different sides of my family, calling me on the bookends of one particular day. In the morning, I get a call from my sweet cousin Angela, and then later on that day in the afternoon, a call and visit from my dear cousin sister Tawny. I felt sandwiched between heaven and earth, as I felt like I mattered, and that God was aware of what I was going through and experiencing. It was a full-fledged cousin rescue last week, and I've been forever grateful since. It was a beautiful day, and it meant the world. And my heart was seen, and I felt very loved. So just how does this apply to you? As we continue through this session, here's some food for thought. Who has reached out to you lately to inquire and ask how you are? Who has showed up lately just to check on you? How did it feel? What was the best part for you? Well, and maybe that hasn't happened for you lately. Maybe you're wishing someone could secretly know the stories of your heart. If you could have someone show up for you, how would they show up? And what would they say? What would they do? And how would you receive them? Here's an additional thought for you to consider. Who have you showed up for lately? See their face in your mind's eye. Who have you validated, checked in on, and made connection with recently? How did that make you feel to have reached out to someone? And how do you think that made them feel to hear from you? Who do you still need to reach out to? Who has been on your mind? Who would you like to reach out to? Let's take a moment to just energetically send them lots of good energy, light, and love right now. I'm going to hold just a few moments space for you as you sit in the silence and ask God, who needs you right now? And ask God to inspire the heart of the human who needs you right now. Inspire that heart to keep going one more step, one moment at a time. I'll mind the time until you hear that soft bell. Let's come back now. Take some deep cleansing breaths in and shake out your limbs. Just gently, softly come back to the present moment here with me and the sound of my voice. Today was all about looking at who might need you and who you might need. Peace comes when you recognize that hearts of humanity need connection and need one another. Peace comes when I recognize hearts of humanity need one another and need connection. Go connect with someone today. Thank you for joining me today on day 235, Cousin Rescue. I hope you've enjoyed the message today, and I would encourage you and invite you to share it with someone you love. Someone needs this message. Also, remember to take in more light today than you did yesterday. Bye until tomorrow. Hello and welcome to day 236, Becoming Peace, Meditation and Inspiration. The name of today's session is Your Emotions Are Visitors. And today we're unlocking a tool that can greatly enhance your ability to maneuver and move through negative emotions. A tool you'll not want to be without. So let's begin. Let's get ourselves ready to have an incredible meditative session today. It's time to slow the mind, slow the body, and slow down your breathing. Take several deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep breathing through this session. Hold the breath as long as you can and make sure you're expelling through your mouth. Now, take a few moments to clear your mind and your thoughts. Rest your hands over your heart area and connect to your heart space through the palms of your hands. Send golden pink light to your heart through your palms. Keep pumping pink light into your heart while we continue to relax. Good job. Feel free to close your eyes and listen to the sound of my voice. In all the years I've been involved in the mental health field, this skill is at the top of the list for being able to reframe my mindset when I'm owning and drowning in negative thoughts and emotions. It's a magical, simple trick to switch up your paradigm. It's illustrated perfectly in this meme I saw on Facebook the other day, so I had to pass this on to you and share it. Treat your emotions like visitors that are just passing through. Let me repeat. Treat your emotions like visitors that are just passing through. Wow, that is very enlightening and helps my psyche realize I don't have to feel these emotions forever. I get a break. That they are like a river that passes through me very briefly. It gave me freedom and helped me understand my emotions are not me. And it puts some distance there between myself and the emotion. They're just passing like a visitor would. And there will be eventual relief. Part of our grief and feeling unsettled is feeling like these emotions are permanent and like I would never get rid of them. This philosophy of treating your emotions like visitors that are just passing through helps me visualize those emotions, each sitting in their own little boat, floating through my life. And like some visitors who come to your home, you're doing a happy dance when they finally pack up and go home. Well, this is how I would treat emotions. And I've discovered our ability to cope is as good as the skills that we've developed in the stories and scripts we run in our own minds. What we tell ourselves really matters. What mind tricks we develop will either make us or break us. And I'm here to tell you that this little golden nugget will help you learn to cope with negative emotions if you recognize and acknowledge they are just passing through. So go ahead, make sure your eyes are closed if you're comfortable, and allow in your imagination a beautiful, clear stream to open up and flow gently through your midsection near your heart and your upper stomach. This stream is flowing gently and softly through your soul, and it cleanses and washes your insides, and it also cleans, brightens, and purifies your emotions as they flow gently down the stream. This stream is the living water from heaven. It's a gift just for you. It's actually our Savior's atoning sacrifice in metaphor. This stream, if you allow your emotions to hop on a boat and float through, will help move stagnant, debilitating thoughts and emotions. It will dislodge negativity and move life through you. So as we hold space for you today, imagine this stream of any size you choose to flow through you in a beautiful cleansing way, gathering up all your negative feelings and emotions and sending them down the stream, washing through you like a passing visitor. These emotions are taken care of by the only qualified person who can, which is our Savior Jesus Christ. He can heal you through His willing sacrifice. Flowing gently, peacefully passing through you downstream. Gathering your emotions, placing them on a boat, and allowing the stream or river to take your emotions just like a passing visitor downstream. Allowing gently, not forcing, but guiding this process with your mind. Treat your emotions like visitors that are just passing through. Treat your emotions like visitors that are just passing through. Allowing your emotions, like visitors, to just pass gently through you. I'll mind the time until you hear a soft bell. Okay, let's come back now. Taking in 3 deep cleansing breaths to allow yourself to come back here to the present moment. Peace comes when I treat my emotions like visitors that are just passing through. Allow your emotions to keep flowing through you, downstream all day long. And take peace in the fact that your emotions are visitors that are just passing through. What a comforting thought that our negative emotions don't have to stay and hang out. You can allow them to pass. You did a great job today. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep doing the work. Keep taking in more light than you did yesterday. And please, if you choose, share this content with someone you dearly love. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'm inviting you to show up too. You did marvelous work today. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.